Now I put this monster card in here like so, and voila, I'm ready to go. Curly, how's adjusting your deck coming along? My deck's kinda lousy. Curly, I guess you still got lots of work to do. But you can learn from the expert, the one and only Joe Wheeler, on making great decks. Alright guys, I'm gonna totally rock this deck today. Man, I can't wait for the Duel Express train to come. It's been too long since I've dueled in a tournament. Curly, Yugi, and I are gonna own this tourney. By the way... Huh? What's wrong? Oh yeah, where the heck's you? Oh man, this stinks. Look at the time already. He's late. Come on, Yugi. How can you think about being late on a day like this? If he doesn't get here soon, we'll miss the Duel Express. And he was the one that promised that the three of us were gonna take the train together. Man, that Yugi, ugh. If he doesn't get here, he's gonna have to give me all his rare cards, and I still won't forgive him. Curly, everything's horrible. With my deck, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. My other self, the Millennium Puzzle. The puzzle is gone, along with the spirit inside. When I woke up this morning, it was gone. What am I supposed to do? Hey, we can't waste time standing around here talking. Curly, what do you think we should do? Leave it to me. Yeah, that's the spirit, Curly. Yugi, let's go with Curly. I can't stop until I find my dearest friend. I promise. I'm counting on you, Curly. The hell does he expect me to do? Curly, what are you still doing here? Aren't you three taking the Duel Express? What? The Millennium Puzzle is gone? But how? How did that happen? Forgive me, but I overheard your conversation. So it seems the Millennium Puzzle has also disappeared. What I have feared the most is coming to fruition. Please, I need your help. I see you're puzzled, but that is only to be expected. Please bear with me and listen to my words carefully. I've come to ask you duelists for your help. You must save the world from, apparently, I've been saying this wrong for like all existence, but I actually went and I looked up the pronunciation for this, and it's apparently Reshef. So like, or no, Reshef. Yeah, Reshef. So it's like chef. So it's just Reshef. I've been saying Reshef the entire time, or many combinations of that, but it's Reshef. World from Reshef, the Dark Being. I understand it's sudden and confusing. However, the world is in great peril. Only strong duelists, such as yourselves, can save us from ruin before it's too late. All the Millennium items have disappeared. It is most likely due to Reshef's resurrection. An unknown entity must have commenced a fusion ritual on the Egyptian god cards, which re-release Reshef, the Dark Being, into the world. The ritual stole the mighty power of the Egyptian god cards, and the cards, now drained of their mystical energies, transformed into stone. You must send the Dark Beam to its eternal rest before the world is destroyed. But in order to accomplish this feat, Egyptian god cards are absolutely essential. However, the Egyptian god cards have been turned to stone. They no longer have power. Only the Millennium items can restore them to their former glory. The items have been scattered all over the world. They must be regained to resurrect the Egyptian god cards. And with the help from the Egyptian god cards, we may have a chance of sealing away the Dark Being. I'm counting on you to accomplish this task. Please, my powerful duelists. If left unchecked, the Dark Being's strength will keep growing. The world will be shrouded in perpetual darkness. Please, help save the world. What will we do, Curly? Defeat the Dark Being, I guess? I knew you'd say that. Besides, I have to find my Millennium Puzzle. I'll go with you, Curly. Since I'm a powerful duelist, how can I refuse? I'm coming along too, Curly. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. First, the Millennium items must be recovered. A descendant of a clan of gravekeepers. I can sense the faint pulses of, or I think she meant as, the descendant of the gravekeepers. I can sense the faint pulses of the Millennium items. You must first make your way to the Egyptian exhibition? The Egypt exhibition. If my feelings are correct, the first of the Millennium items would be there. I know what I ask is a great imposition, but I have no one to turn to except for you. Leave it to us. Your words have given me hope for the first time in a long time. I leave the fate of the world in your hands. Alright, hey everyone, bit of a long intro, but this is Yugi, Reshef of Destruction. This is going to be a game similar to that of Sacred Cards, in that it is mainly a story-based game in the Yu-Gi-Oh world using Yu-Gi-Oh characters, but also the rules are different when it comes to both dueling, deck constructing, and everything in between. I think I can maybe get into a duel with one of these guys. You must be a bad duelist if you're out here. It's kind of funny because a lot of these duelists kind of suck, so he's acknowledging that he's a shitty duelist at the same time. So we've got the same conceptual concepts of, you know, monster cards, trap cards, stuff like that. However, as you can see here, I have these extremely puny monsters. This game starts you out at like the very bottom with these very weak monsters. And in order to sort of supplement that, they've given each monster different attributes. So you see here, this is a shadow. This is, I think, fiend, earth, or I think maybe the attributes don't even matter. Or sorry, the types don't even matter. They only have attributes now. So if I take a look at his details. Oh no, they have a type and they have a summon. That's what it's called. The summon is shadow. There we go. Whereas it is, and then this fiend. Oh, so this is type fiend and fiend. That's what I was getting confused. So in order to complement that, they've done this sort of like Pokemon-like attribute system, or summon system, or whatever you want to call it, where certain types automatically defeat other types. There's no like, you know, you get a couple of extra attack points or anything like that. It's just if you have a monster that is stronger, is the prevailing type of my monster, it automatically destroys, and vice versa, no matter of the life points. So you can literally have a monster that has 400 attack and destroy something that has 3000 attack if it is the stronger attribute, which makes this game kind of interesting. They've also changed a lot of the card art, or I shouldn't say card art, I should more specifically say card types. So for example, they've turned a lot of maybe the effect monsters into just normal monsters. Morphin Jar number 2 is just a normal monster here. They've turned a lot of the fusion monsters into just normal summonable monsters that you can just play, which is why I love this game so much, because there's a lot of cool art, not only just like in fusions, but like in Yu-Gi-Oh in general. You can't really use them a lot because a lot of those cards might not even be playable, but this game, you know, gets around that with this system. So I'm going to attribute this Dancing Angel and summon this Leo Goal here. But yeah, that allows me to use a lot of cards that, you know, you normally wouldn't be able to use, and it also lets me use like anime exclusive cards that at some point I think they got released, but at the point of this game coming out, these type of cards weren't out in the wild. It's gonna inflict damage to me directly, and that's fine. This I think lets me summon another monster. So let's go ahead and tribute this and summon this. So you've probably seen the really annoying cursor that keeps passing by every second that I do anything. So trap cards work differently in this game. Instead of them activating, you know, when you want them to activate, they actually activate on themselves, which is kind of interesting. So basically, you just set the card, and if the criteria is met, the card will then activate. So if it's like whenever a monster is summoned, like Trap Hole or something like that, whatever monster is summoned, if it meets the criteria, it'll effect will go off. So you can't actually pick and choose when to activate your trap cards. Another thing I have to do is I constantly have to come here and refresh my life points. I don't remember if that was a thing in the original one. I feel like it wasn't. But basically my life points carry over for all the duels, which is kind of annoying, but not the biggest deal. But in addition to like trap cards working how they do, monster effects usually only really work one time. That's how it was in the original one. It's either when you place the card or when you... I don't even think when you place it. I think it's just when you go, you summon it and you go to the effect, and then it basically uses up the uses of that card for that turn. You can't attack or defend or anything like that. But then the effect activates. In order to make more, I guess, like dynamic effects and whatnot, more realistic to the game, they've added like continuous effects to the game. So, for example, a good example is Legendary Fiend, who gains attack every turn. They've added effects like that into the game. And in order to do that, for some reason they had to include that cursor on the screen that basically scans every single card that's on the field, and it will check if there's a continuous effect to activate, and then it'll go ahead and activate. Unfortunately, we're going to have to see that quite a bit. You're Seto Kaiba, right? Who are you? You're not very polite. I'm Rebecca, and this is my friend Teddy. A stuffed animal is your friend? Be quiet. Teddy's not a stuffed animal. Teddy is the best bear in the galaxy. Rawr. We know a secret, don't we, Teddy? You're the one who tore up Solomon Moto's card. You tore up his Blue Eyes White Dragon. How did you know? My grandfather gave Mr. Moto that card. That Blue Eyes White Dragon was a symbol of their friendship, but you tore it up. You're not going to get away with that, right, Teddy? So, what do you want me to do? Seto, just ignore her. I challenge you to a duel. I'll wipe that smirk off your face, because you're facing the United States champion, right, Teddy? US champ? That's it? At your duelist level, I can be blindfolded. At my level, are you making fun of me? No, I'm just telling the truth. Your skills are nothing but a joke. But if you still insist on challenging me, I have a better idea. Duel against Curly. If you beat him, I'll do you. Rebecca, I know you're upset, but there's no point in attacking Kaiba. Yugi, I'm not challenging Kaiba because I'm angry. I want to duel him to test my skills. Right, Teddy? Rebecca? That's cute. They actually made her pick up Teddy and then place her next to her. Are you really that strong of a duelist? You sure don't look it. Teddy doesn't think so either. But I'm still dueling you. Sure. So this game uses the ante system, so every time you start a duel, you have to ante up a card. So it's similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Seven Trials of Glory in the Shadow Realm, where I always had to ante up a card. It's also the same as like in the Battle City tournament and stuff like that, and it was the same in Sacred Cards. So I'm probably repeating a lot of the stuff that if you watch the Sacred Card playthrough, you're aware of, but just to cover off my bases, I'll go over them again. But this game is really interesting. As I said, we're gonna have to see this cursor a lot. There is a way to, you know, not have it, and what? Oh boy, I have to remember how these things work. This one? Nope. Alright. I don't remember what's strong against this, so I might end up losing. But that's fine. There was a way that I could, you know, not have to deal with this. There is a modded version of this game. Someone actually made a mod on Reddit, which fixes a lot of things. They, for example, removed this, sorry, I hit my desk there. They removed the tracer there. So you don't have to deal with that. Is it maybe this? Yeah, there we go. Fiend is strong against that. I used to actually know the types before, but I forgot them. And they did a couple of other changes, but there were like, it was kind of like 50-50. There was a lot of changes that I agreed with and a lot of changes that I didn't agree with. So I ended up not playing that version of the game just because they did a couple of things, like they removed the duelist level, which I feel like, I get it, it's annoying, but that's also kind of part of the game in my opinion. So to remove that, I feel it's kind of like, you know, just play another Yu-Gi-Oh game, right? And then they also like changed some of the stats of some cards, which is another thing that I kind of liked in this game because it's, you know, different from the actual Yu-Gi-Oh game. So getting rid of that is pretty lame. But again, they fixed a lot of things with like shops and like, apparently this has a limited, a forbidden/limited list that only you have to follow, the computer doesn't follow it, and other little things like that. There we go, got ourselves finally a fiend. So we get rid of this mystical sheep. So instead, I'm just gonna have to play this. We're just gonna have to deal with this, unfortunately. I might end up switching sometime later on, because like I know I would rather keep it as you know, close to the real thing as possible, and I don't want to. Oh, I can't do jack shit. Unless this is a dream type, no, this is a wind type. Can't do anything about that. Oof, that's not good. Water element is gonna take out my Cyber Commander, which I kind of needed right now. I don't know if Earth takes down Wind. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Maybe Aqua takes down Wind. Oof, let's try this. I feel like it's Forest. Nope. Gonna get wrecked here. Let's go ahead and end our turn. But yeah, I might end up changing my mind later on. Ooh, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon is going to do a lot of damage here. I think Earth would have actually been useful there. That's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I might end up changing my mind later on, just looking at what's that version. I don't know. We'll see how annoying this version is, because this game is pretty hard, especially compared to Sacred Cards. Sacred Cards is kind of just a cakewalk. This one is quite difficult. So we're actually going to start back here, so let's go back and do a Rebecca. Okay! Oh my god. Somehow managed to beat Rebecca. She is all-powerful. So we're definitely going to need to do some grinding to power up this lousy deck. As I was saying before, this game is dumb hard. I've actually never beaten the game. I've gotten, I think, like halfway through and I just stopped playing. But it is so much harder than Sacred Cards. Sacred Cards is a cakewalk. This one involves so much more grinding, ridiculous like power scaling or difficulty creep. It's just so annoying. I lost? Did I really lose, Teddy? That duel was a joke. If you want your revenge, come back when you actually pose a challenge. You know where to find me. Just to let you know, my brother just finished. You would have finished you off in half the number of turns. Alright, good for you, Mokuba. Rebecca, I know Kaiba is arrogant and says terrible things, but he's a different person. The Kaiba you saw today isn't like the Kaiba of old. I don't care. Kaiba's right. Without Pegasus and Bat and Keith, America doesn't have the top duelist anymore. That's why I came here, to prove that we're still pretty good. But losing to Curly? That was an eye-opener. I should have been training than complaining. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm gonna raise my duelist level so I can come back to the United States and put them on the map. Just you wait. I'll beat Kaiba, Yugi, and you. Right, Teddy? Yep. And I'll also train so that I won't lose. I'm going home to practice. Say bye to Solomon Moto for me. Anyways, let's try and see if we can go on as we were going. That girl is no match for Seto Kaiba, or Master Seto. In 10 years, she will be ready to take on the world. Sure she will. Wanna move it along there, Joey? Here is just the dual computer. Oh, is this not the Egyptian exhibit? Maybe that's what it is. Alright. So we've got to find the ancient Egyptian exhibit. But I don't actually know where that is. We've got Tristan and Duke Devlin down here. So let's, I think, if we go to like the edge of the map somewhere. Nope. can't go. Alright. I think I know where it is. Yeah, I can run, which is nice. Gotta go up here and then go this way. There we go. So maybe it's in Domino Station? You're a duelist. No. There's a chartered express train reserved exclusively for duelists. If you're not a duelist, I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to enter. So, I guess we just have to go take on the Duel Express, and then that'll take us to the exhibit that I should be talking about. Well, in either case, I'm gonna go do some grinding, and we'll deal with that next time. Take care of yourself.